Well, here we are in the opening screen to Spintires. It's a very unique, interesting game and a lot of fun to play. As you can see, quality all around, and the gameplay is just excellent. Essentially, the idea is you start off with some off-road vehicles. You have to travel through some very nasty terrain, and there are objectives in it, such as transferring certain amount of or number of logs from one place to the other side of the map, and some pretty nasty goings on trying to get from one place to the other. So let's just dig right into it. We start off with play, and if I click here, it's going to bring up all the various maps. It's been out for about a year and they haven't added any more maps, which is kind of disappointing. But hopefully they're still developing it up, but it's still a great game to play as it is. So as you can see, I took a brief look at those earlier. I haven't played this game for about a year, so I've forgotten most of it, but let's just dive in and see how it goes. So let's start with the coast. So I click there, I'm going to start a new game, and I'm going to lose a little progress I had before, which was just looking at a truck. And now we are loading, and there we are. This is nice looking stuff right from the start, and I know I don't want to go to the help menu. So here's where we start off. 2 vehicles. And let me give you a look at the map right from the start. This map, this is the coast map. We're in the northeast corner, and as you can see, most of it is blacked out. So we can see all the way down this edge, but that's it. And there is another vehicle down there, if I can get my mouse over it, and that is a Type C 4230. In fact, I think if I click on that right now, I could jump right there, but that takes kind of the fun out of it. Now, as you see, everything's blacked out. As you can see, these words, it says cloaking all over the place here. If you drive to that exact spot, it will uncloak or reveal an area around it. Sometimes you uncloak that one and it reveals something over there, but most of the time it reveals the area around it. So that's your first objective, is to try to reveal as much of the map as possible so you can find the roads to get from one place to another. Lumber's here, and you can see over here the objectives here. So the objective is going to be, oh, there's 2 objectives, one up there too. So you have to get lumber from here up to there. Okay, that's the map. Here's our 2 vehicles we're starting off with. Presently we're in this one. And let me give you a quick tutorial on the camera to start off. If you click the mouse, you can move the camera around. You can see all over, go any direction you want. Some people find this camera a real problem, and it does get in the way sometimes when you're driving. But the advantage of this is, once you get it to a particular place, you left click the mouse again, it locks there. So you can visualize what part of the truck you want to see, and sometimes that is really helpful as well. Okay, so let's just back. There's the garage right behind us, and you can see there's a one of the. There you go. You can see the square or rectangle in front of it. If you get within that, you are technically within the garage. First thing to remember is the parking brake is on by default. Click the space bar, it's off. You should also lock the differentials, which you do using the Q key. And all-wheel drive is off as well, so you use that with the E key. That is now locked. So let us go into reverse and backward here to get in the garage. You see the rectangle turned red. Now, put the emergency brake on. Now you can see this truck has add-ons, or in this case it's only one. It is a trunk. So we click that and you see a trunk will be installed on top, which will carry repair points so that if, for example, this truck was broke down, you could give it 200 repair points to get it back on the road. So, this is trunk. And it's already installed. No, it's not installed. There must be an install thing somewhere. I don't see an install thing. Oh, it's over there. It's hidden. So I click install, and there we are. We now have something to carry with us. Now, let us remove the emergency brake. A little more reverse, and we'll take this for a spin. As much of a spin as you can imagine. Here we go. I'll give you an idea of this kind of road you're going to be running into. Now, as you go along, every now and then you'll see a little red thing pop up saying it's been damaged. Which, if you can see my cursor here, down here is your accumulated damage. When it gets to 300, you're essentially off the road. Also, you run out of gas eventually, so you have to keep an eye on that. It tells you travel, time of day, etc. So pay attention here. Almost nothing. Okay, actually this is pretty easy going. So if you think this is nasty looking terrain, I've got some going to do. So I'm going to lock the camera here just as an example. I can see my tires. Sometimes it's hard to tell which direction your tires are facing, so I usually line it up so I can see my tires as well. So I click there, now my camera's locked in that position. You can, there's two ways. This is in automatic mode essentially. You can go into a more advanced mode by clicking the shifting gear, and I'm not sure, that's probably reverse. It says gear 1. Oh, I'm pointing with my finger. Shoot. Okay, over here, see it says gear 1. So I'm assuming that's gear 1. No, it still says gear 1, so I'm not sure which gear is which. Let's try that one and see what happens. Yeah, that's reverse. That's neutral. I don't know what that is. Alright, let's try again. See what this one is. That looks like second gear by the speed it's going. Okay, as I say, I haven't played this game for a year or so, so. This is reverse. Okay, found reverse, folks. Better put on the emergency brake here. Okay, that's reverse. That must be neutral. Doesn't sound like a nice... Oh, no, it doesn't sound like a nice neutral. Alright, let's put it back in this way. The advantage of this way is you don't have to change gears to go into reverse. You can just go back and forth. And for starting out, it's pretty good. The only problem is sometimes it'll automatically shift up to second gear and you're flying right along. But you have to keep an eye on that. The faster you go, the bigger the bump you hit, the more damage you take. Okay. Moving on down the road. I really like this environment here. It's kind of reminiscent of Nova Scotia. Just took an off-road trip here. Take a look at the fuel tank, and also if I get stuck I can show you some things. Okay, we're pulling in here and I think it'll automatically load up with fuel. Also, if you bring the fuel truck here, it'll load the fuel truck. If I was carrying a tank for the fuel, I could add that as well. Okay, let's back up a little bit here. because I want to show you something. Let's just pretend, for the sake of whatever, that we're stuck here. Now, I hit the V key. Brings up what you see over here in advanced mode. Camera's still moving. Same thing, if I click it, it stops moving. Now, what we have over here is if we need repairs, we could repair ourselves. Right now, we don't have any damage. If there was another truck here, then we would click here and click the other truck and it would be repaired. But the big thing here is you can see there's a dot here and a dot here, and you can see, and there's a couple dots in the back if I can see them. Yeah, there it is, right there. So let me click that dot, and you see dots on the trees, and it looks like a rope, or kind of a rope leading to my mouse. So I click that. Now I've just hooked up to the tree a winch. So off comes, or is it a winch? I never get that. Winch or winch, it's hooked up to the tree. Anyway, okay, so then I press the F key, and it pulls me unstuck, which, as I say, I don't need right now, so undo the tree. Now let's back to the road. This all gets far more intense once you've got stuck in the middle of a river, for example, where the water is slowly sapping the power out of the truck. Okay, backing up. Okay, back to the front. Click again and away we go. Taking you down here to show you what happens when we get to the other trucks, which I think is just down the way. Yeah, there's the logging camp right there. One thing you have to watch out for if you do get to play this game is the more you use this road, the muddy terrain, etc. Okay, here's where we now can unlock our first vehicle. Anyway, the more you use the road, the worse it gets. So don't just scoot back and forth just for the fun of it, because the road gets really nasty if you do that. So we have now unlocked our first truck, which is I didn't catch the name. Let's move a little bit further ahead so we can hop over there. Okay. Now we can do two things here. We can go to the map and zoom in close and click on the other truck, which is a C432 4320. Dyslexia kicking in. So if I just clicked on that now, I would automatically jump right over to that truck. But let's do what we were doing before. V, press V, change trucks. Click over there, and here we are, folks, in our new truck. This one is carrying a trailer. So we have to go through all the procedure. First of all, we got to start the engine. Good start. And put the differential locks on. And put the all wheels on. Okay. Now, I also want to get rid of that trailer for now. So all I have to do is, somewhere it says, in the advanced mode, detach trailer. Here I am up here. Okay, got rid of the trailer. Now we can brakes are, oh, I gotta go to the advanced mode, click the brakes, they're off. Now we're driving this one. And if I get back to the garage, I can upgrade this with some of the add-ons. So what I'm going to do right now, if I remember how to do it, is put this game on pause, or put the recording on pause, and advance a little bit so you can get a better look at some of the grittier details. Okay, here we are back at the garage. Let's pull in. I didn't get any damage coming up here. I just want to get here and show you guys some of the equipment for the larger trucks. Okay, now here's what we have here. Most of them are unavailable. We could add the log trailer that we just detached earlier. Again, the garage cart. Okay, the garage cart, I don't think I explained that. The garage cart, if you travel around the map, you will find 2 or 3, or maybe only 1 other garage. And in order to get it operating, you have to take garage carts there. And once you, I think it's 4, you have to get to each garage before you can unlock it. And then once you've unlocked that garage, you can refuel there and repair there. This one also has a utility trailer, just like the other one we just had. On this one we can put big wheels, so let's install those. If I change the tires, there's our nice big wheels, so we can drive a little bit better. Frontal exhaust, I don't know if that's any big deal, but let's take a look. And we now have frontal exhaust. I guess that's if you're half underwater, it might help. We have the crane installed, which we could uninstall if we wanted to. That comes in handy for the logs. Actually, we're not going to need it right now, so let's just uninstall. There we are. Crane gone. Crane support. Done needed. Okay, let's travel light. Okay, the fuel cistern obviously is, if you go down to the oil truck, or the oil tank we saw earlier, we can fuel up and then refuel other vehicles. Again, log cart, carriage, not sure what that is. Oh, carriage is like the other one has that. And let's just install it for appearance sake. You can carry logs, small amount of logs on there. Okay, now let's go into some little harder terrain to work with. Now that we're all souped up. Travel down the beach. I'm surprised we haven't taken any damage yet. You do eventually take a lot of damage, especially as you're going at higher speeds. Okay, the reason I'm traveling down the beach is because I happen to remember there's a way back home to a larger road which gives us a distance to travel. Not sure if we've reached the fog node area yet or not. Hit the map. And we still got quite a ways to go. Where are we? Oh, here we are. You can see we're making a dent. And I might try to get to that cloaking. Let us see. Okay, here's another thing. If you left click, it will draw a line to where you're going, and if you don't click OK, which surprised me at first, if you don't click OK, you just hit the F1 key to get rid of the map, then you have this nice red line you can follow to get to where you want to go. If I had clicked OK, this is the opposite to what I would have thought. It goes away and you have no red line to follow. So let's just get a little further down the way here. Let's see if we can spot a break in the trees. Something up there. It looks like a small road. Aha! Small road. Back and forth over that little stretch for a while, but when you're transferring logs, it gets really, really soupy. Okay, look at the water, this small puddle. Here's our first river to cross. Okay, some of these, I don't think this is it, but there's some of these that are pretty deep. There's dangerous water, they call it. And you get stuck and do some major damage. But I think this one is good. Just go across here. Now, this one's not so pretty. Alright, let's take a run for this. Oh, what the heck, let's go straight across, see what we can do. Ah, damage. Oh, major damage. We're right underwater. Okay then. Okay, we'll make me stop. No problem. Press the V key. Advanced. Click the mouse. Click one of these little dots. Click over there. Click the V key again. Make sure the emergency brake's on. Press F to pull the winch, and away we go. Except the pointing of the wheels bar. Okay, good. Just ran into a tree. That's helpful. Okay, put the emergency brake on. Click that. Press the D key again. Click that. Yeah. Get this one to pull us sideways. Click the V key. Take the emergency brake off. Where's that thing? There's, okay. And attach. And we've crossed our first river. And I think that's the big road over there. Yep. Okay, here we are. Now, let's press the map. Where are we? Here we are over here. Oh, there's cloaking down there. So let's left click, makes our little line. Do not click OK. Just hit the map key again. Now where's the red line? There it is. There. Okay, so I guess what we'll start off doing is backing up a bit. Okay. Sorry if the picture seems to be flying around, but that's part of looking through the terrain here. Most of these little trees you can drive over. In fact, I think there's an achievement for killing trees. However, so he wants me to get closer. No, I think that's okay. I just thought there was a bigger tree. There we go. We've just uncloaked. Now, let's hit the map. And I don't see much that it's uncloaked, to be honest. This little patch down here. Not particularly helpful to us at the moment. So, this is the beginning of a long journey with this game. There are, I don't know how many different trucks, but there's a lot of them. Some of them are really quite large, and you just bounce around, but you still get stuck as much. There's trucks that are like tow trucks are mainly designed to pull other trucks out of the water. There's some that are for lifting logs and putting them back on trailers and that sort of thing. Okay, there was one thing more that I can show you that's helpful. Okay, here we are here. In the hardcore version of the game, you can't do this, but if you get really stuck, if your damage is reduced to 0 and you can't get another truck to you, and you see a garage, you can left click on the garage and it gives you the option of returning your truck to the garage, and it's free as far as I can tell, if I remember. So, ton of other things that would come up if we played for longer, but my whole point here was just to give you a sense of how unique this game is and how much fun it is once you get playing around with it. When you start really getting stuck on some of those muddy areas, it's a real challenge to get out of them. Okay, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I'm going to exit the game, which will bring me right back to here when I want to restart it again. But for now, let's exit the game completely and take care.